Minneapolis, welcome inside Target Field. A great night for baseball ahead on the show. It's the New York Mets taking on the Minnesota Twins. Festivities are wrapping up this place.
And now, please welcome your Minnesota Twins.
Now here's the starter for Minnesota, Simeon Woods Richardson. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical the tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged.
Leading off here tonight, third baseman, number 19, Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette up now for the Mets. And
that's a ball.
First pitch, 7 o'clock.
Woods Richardson in his second season, 25 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2018. Good hitters count the 2-0. High fly ball on that one, curling foul down the right side. One down. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Foul!
Foul ball. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Ball, that's inside.
Curve. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Fair ball. He forced a lot of pitches to be thrown and ends up collecting a hit.
Nice at bat right
Batting
there.
second, second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Made him really work out there on the mound. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed disciplined, got the barrel to the ball, and put it in play.
Steps off, checks the runner at first.
Nope.
This one in the air, right field.
That's foul.
For it, but it's a foul ball. The 1-1. there's a foul ball.
Aye.
Batting third, left fielder Juan Soto.
Stepping in the long ball threat, Juan Soto. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Just starting out here at Target Field. And that is out of play.
Nope,
He's not
that's a
afraid
ball.
to fall into a two-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
On the ground to the left.
Foul! That ball's
And that's
foul!
just foul. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Wide throw to third.
Back against the wall with two strikes.
Batting fourth, shortstop Francisco Lindor.
Through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you enough.
Check.
Aye.
Strike one. And a big swing and miss.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Three.
Batting fifth, catcher Francisco Alvarez.
Francisco Alvarez. And that skips into there.
That's ball two.
The hitter definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Swings and misses. And it's 2-1. Ground ball right side. Hot shot, and he can't knock it down. In comes the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Mets. Another comes into
Chowder!
and he'll make it
Batting
to second
sixth,
base.
right fielder Tyrone Taylor.
Patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home.
And that's the third out. Back in Minnesota. Take you all to the Mets. David Peterson. What do you have on here?
The height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Digging in. Brooks
The leadoff hitter tonight, shortstop number 22, Brooks Lee.
First
That's a
pitch
ball.
misses. And it's fouled away. That's offering in there for a strike. That's strike two. On
Three.
the inside corner, called strike three.
Batting second, left fielder Austin.
Ball one. Ball 2.
Durham with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
Check
Hey!
called strike. That's strike one. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Taylor hustling after it. And there are two down. Josh Bell.
Batting third, first baseman Josh Bell.
This one in the air, center field. Robert under it. And that is that.
Leading off for the Mets, center fielder Luis Robert Jr.
Got him.
Batting eighth, first baseman Jorge Polanco.
And that's
Ball one.
downstairs. And that's ball one. Swing and a deep drive. This one's got a chance. Way back there. And boom goes the dynamite. A solo. And they add to the lead. It's 3-0.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious until out of the swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
One down. So now here's the Mets DH, Mark Vientos. He swings and fouls one off. Outside low, ball one. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Ball, that's out.
Ball two.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swings.
Up next for the Mets, third baseman Bo Bichette.
Yourself after an at-bat like that one. Foul ball there.
Ball.
Hit on the ground to short. Lee. Whips it to first.
He's out.
And Bichette is retired. Third out. half of inning number 2. Now the cleanup hitter for Minnesota, Byron Buxton.
Ball, that's in.
Lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
Check swing, he held up. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may
Ball
be a
3
pitch that he turns on.
That's to third. Bichette fires over to first. That's 1 out, the bottom of the 2nd.
Batting 5th, catcher Victor Caratini.
There's a swing and a drive.
Nope, that's foul.
That is foul. Check.
Aye.
Called strike. That is strike 2. Hit in the air out to center field. Out number 2. Here's Royce Lewis. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. And that one's going to get into the corner. The throw in. And that keeps the inning alive.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel
Ball
straight
1
to it. That's great work right there.
The lefty, the 1-0.
Nope, that's inside.
Right
Aye.
there for a strike. Lewis, the runner at first with 2 gone. Fly ball down the line. Soto really on his horse for it. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. That one almost got him.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. So
That's ball 4.
puts runners at first and second. First and second. 2 outs. And Jefferson to play.
Yeah.
Sliced hard but foul.
Runner!
Here's the pitch. Both runners on the
Nope.
move. There's a
Three.
Leading off for the Mets, second baseman Marcus Semien.
Foul ball. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two. Fouls it back with two strikes. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Mets, left fielder Juan Soto.
Hey!
Beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait for the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit. And
Ball,
not an
that's
easy one to
outside.
throw either.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the Mets, shortstop Francisco Lindor.
Francisco Lindor. He's 0 for 1.
This guy's usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
Swing and a miss.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets to it, on to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it.
Leading off for the Twins, second baseman Luke Keeschel.
Pitch
Ball
misses.
1.
Ball 1.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Popped up. Simeon under it. 1 up, 1 down.
Good strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Ball, that's outside.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back. And that one is off the wall. The throw into second.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that.
Hey!
Martin in the box now. Takes strike 1. Late swing fouled off.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly what time. And sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does. And you're tied up.
And it's second.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The 2-2 on the way. Bounce to the left side. There's one.
Up next for the Twins, first baseman Josh Bell.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Line drive, base hit. In to score from third. And they cut the lead to 2.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on the line. Hitters, they take so many reps in the cages, working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Popped up first base side. Simeon settles under this one, and that is that. second target.
Leading
field,
off
new inning,
for the
good
Mets,
start.
catcher Francisco Alvarez.
Now for the Mets.
Well, these Mets doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that,
Ball.
they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
That's a hit. And aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the Mets, right fielder Tyrone Taylor. Now pitching for the Twins, number 48, Justin Topa.
And give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Ball.
And yeah, a lot of the blame for those walks goes to the mound. I credit these players for not getting anxious and fed up. They're staying disciplined, which is easier said than done sometimes.
Outside
Ball 2.
low. Ball 2. A little out front there as he swings through it. Trying to move him over here. Time to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
Up next for the Mets, center fielder Luis Robert
Here's Luis
Jr.
Robert. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2.
He's clearly out there throwing pitches in this situation. First base is open. He walks him.
3.
Up next for the Mets, first baseman Jorge Polanco.
And that one fouled off. And on second, 2 down.
That's outside.
Check
Hey!
called strike. Yeah, the count 1-2.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs,
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they tack on to their lead. It's 5-1.
anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
And now it's Mark Vientos.
That's a ball.
Two down, nobody on. So
Hey,
1-2.
2.
On the ground.
Foul ball.
And it goes just foul. The 1-2. And
3.
ready to go.
Leading off for the Twins, catcher Victor Caratini.
Hard hit, but right at him and left. One pitch and one out.
Who that with that heat?
2 down.
Up next for the Twins, right fielder Emmanuel Rodriguez.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Rodriguez, 23 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
No, that's foul.
Field 2. Swings and misses. Hit high. Back in Minnesota,
Leading
we go to
off for the
top of
Mets,
fifth,
third
Bo
baseman,
Bichette.
Bo
Now the
Bichette.
Mets. On the ground, right side, Keishel. Gets it to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Ball. That's inside.
Ripped to short. In time. And the first 2 set
Up
down
next
at the top
for
of
the
fifth.
Mets, left fielder Juan Soto.
Here's Juan Soto. Into the outfield, base hit. Keeps the inning alive, and now Francisco Lindor to the plate.
He was all over that one. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And a big swing and a miss. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Field 2.
Ball.
Soto leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Runner, runner, runner!
In the air to left center. Martin on the move to the alley. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that'll do it. We head to the bottom
Leading
of the
off for the Twins, designated hitter Ryan Jeffers.
Well, these Twins need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just 1 extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
1-1 now. Pulls that one foul. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. 1 away.
Up next for the Twins, second baseman Luke Keishel.
Checks
Off the plate,
angle
ball
appeal,
1.
And it's 1-0.
Well, I think the key, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2
Hey!
is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Got him to chase one upstairs there.
The high fastball, particularly for young hitters, can be hard to lay off of because you see it so well at high level, but it's really hard to catch up and get that top hand to work on time.
One, two now.
Nope. That's inside.
And there's
Ball,
the
that's in.
fly ball out to left center. Robert hustling after it. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for the Twins, shortstop Brooks Lee.
Ball one.
Down and in. 2 down, nobody on. Last half.
Now pitching for the Mets, number 30, Luke Weaver.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of fix the gap that starter left for him.
Yep, that ball went out.
That one to first, Polanco. Here's the tag, and he's out. And the Twins go 1, 2, 3. Top of the sixth.
Leading off for the Mets, catcher Francisco Alvarez.
That one fouled hard the other way. And a foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Line drive, and that's got extra bases written all over it. With a double, his second of the day.
Still able to come through behind in the count right
Up
now.
next
Just
for the
throw it
Mets,
down the
right
middle.
fielder
There's
Tyrone
no
Taylor.
Once in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
First, 1 pitch and 1 out. So now with 1 away and a man at second. And now here's the big center fielder, Luis Robert. Ground ball up the middle, Lee. Throws to first, 2 gone.
Up next for the Mets, first baseman Jorge Polanco.
That one ripped, but foul.
That's ball 2.
Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
That one
Ball, that's
outside,
out.
And it's 3 and 2. That's a base hit as a run scores.
Everything came together for him. That pretty much split
Up
the
next
zone
for
down
the
middle,
Mets,
and
the
those are the
designated
ones where you
hitter
gotta
Mark
knock
Vientos.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Back to the top of the Mets order. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Liner, base hit. Polanco coming around third. He'll score easily. It's 7-1.
Up next,
0 for 3 in this one.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Fought off foul. 2 on, 2 out. On the ground to short, Lee. To first.
Got him.
And Simeon is out. They limit the damage here.
Leading off for the Twins, left fielder, Austin Martin.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give him a solo shot.
That's out. Ball, that's off the plate.
Just missed.
Time! That ball got him. First base.
Up next for the Twins, first baseman, Josh Bell.
That's a ball.
Hey! Zone. That's strike 2.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand.
Runner takes off.
Inside ball.
He's
safe.
Runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Martin around third. He'll score. It's 7-2. And in its second with an RBI double.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep.
Ball,
so
that's inside.
pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And it's second. And that is cut on and miss. And it's a ball and a strike. Swings through that one out in front that time.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at-bat.
Hey!
Up next for the Twins, catcher, Victor Caratini.
Right side.
That ball's foul. Ball 2. Ball, that's out.
And there's a foul ball. Well, the runner is second with one away. Right through there, got it. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Twins, third baseman, Royce Lewis.
Ball 1. Hey!
Check called strike. That is strike 2. Swings and misses. Inning over, and it could have been worse.
Leading off for the Mets, left fielder, Juan Soto.
What a stop. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Mets, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Lindor swings through that one.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it, it's almost like a split-finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Up next for the Mets, catcher Francisco Alvarez.
Ball in.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
He's been great in this one. Eye-hand coordination just failed him a little bit right there.
Base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs.
That gets by him. Here comes Alvarez around third. He will score.
Well done. Drives in the run.
Up next for the Mets, center fielder Luis Robert Jr.
There's a lot of room out there. If you can rip one into that open space,
Nice grab as he reached down to make the play. This game's a bit of a
Leading off for the Twins, right fielder Emmanuel. Rodriguez. Now pitching for the Mets, number 25, Brooks Raley.
it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
That one lifted to left. Soto gets under it. And there's one down. Pop foul out of play off to the right. The Twins with a lot of ground to make up. In the bottom of the 7th. Up the middle. Handles, throws to first. 2 gone now.
Up next for the Twins, second baseman Luke Keeschel.
Swings through the sweeper. Out to short. Gets him easily, ends the inning.
Leading off for the Mets, first baseman Jorge Polanco.
This to third, Lewis.
No, he's out.
And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. To the right side. Oh, great grab on the dive. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the Mets, third baseman Bo Bichette.
Excellent job of finishing the play with a nice, easy throw.
So back to the top of the order. And next for the Mets, Bo Bichette.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
The throw to first, inning over. And welcome back.
Leading off for the Twins, shortstop Brooks Lee.
In the air, right field, Taylor under this one. And there's one down.
Up next for the Twins, left fielder, Austin Martin.
Just
Ball one.
missed. The Mets up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. In the air to left center. And he makes the catch. And a couple of quick outs.
Up next for the Twins, first baseman, Josh Bell.
That's a ball. Hey!
Laser could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. Roberts back in, and they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start to come back.
Ball. That's ball two.
Go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you. So make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
Nope. Foul ball.
And it goes just foul. In the dirt, blocked.
Now pitching for the Mets, number 32, Tobias Myers.
Some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so
Ball!
it should be fairly
Take your
free and
base.
easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Next for Minnesota, Victor Caratini.
Yeah!
That's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers
Ball.
do coming out of that bullpen.
Runner! It's a double steal. In the air, left field. And that'll do it. Back in Minnesota.
Leading off for the Mets, second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Line drive, and that's base hit out into center field. And a man aboard.
They had a pretty ugly offer going into this game up until that.
Up next for the Mets, left fielder, Juan Soto.
In that swing, got a pitch to put the barrel on and line.
Nice grab. The feed. Sensational double play.
Man, that is such a tough double play.
Up next for the Mets, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
With a runner in the baseline, but also to hustle back to first base and get set up to receive the return throw. That takes great footwork and an awareness of where the bag is. A lot of practice to get that one right.
2 down, nobody on. That's to third. Lewis. Zips it across.
He's out.
Lindor retired. And that's the third out. Back at target
Leading
field.
off for the Twins, third baseman, Royce Lewis.
Check
Ball.
swing, he held
Down.
up, and that's ball one.
Really good check swing right there. So difficult to hold off on the slider for the same side thrower. Very difficult to pick up the release point.
Taylor hustling after it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Oh boy!
Up next for the Twins, right fielder, Emmanuel Rodriguez.
Nope. Ball one.
Just
No, that's
missed.
down.
and there's
Oh,
2 down.
boy.
Good hard fastball in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but it's so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Jeffers.
That's a ball.
Stands in here, takes ball 1 low. That one lined into left field, and that's base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Now pitching for the Mets, number 38, Devin Williams.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Ball 1.
Williams is just 1 strike away. And a rope into center field, base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride low, out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up.
Nope,
out
that's a
in
ball.
front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Ball, that's out.
Should be extra bases. He puts
Oh,
it
boy.
away, and that'll do it. The Mets take this one in a blowout.